This little flock of birds right here is our teenagers. That's what we like to call them. And we need to get these guys moved into the main coop here. This brooder coop that we had set up in the spring worked great. It's still working great, but all these birds are getting bigger. And I believe we have 25 of them in here. They have outgrown this coop. And the last couple nights, I have come out and there have been birds on the fence trying to get into the other coop. Now that's a good sign for me that they need to get out of this pen right here and into the main coop. There's much more room in this coop. So I come out here and there's 6 or 8 chickens sitting on this gate right here. So today we got a couple projects to do before we can integrate our teenagers in with the OG chickens. Let me show you. This ramp right here has deteriorated over the last winter, and we need a new ramp before they can we get the teenagers integrated here. The other thing is our step. This is our step to come in, and it has broken off, so we need to replace that as well. Basically just a little coop maintenance before we do the big move. So we're gonna get going on this stuff, and then we're gonna try to integrate these guys. First off, we are gonna make the ramp for the chickens to get into the coop. Let's go see what we've got in the barn that we can make this ramp out of. So back here in my little scrap pile, this is just some wood scrap I have kept for quite a while. And this piece of OSB should work nicely. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna take it out front here. And then I have found some older pieces of, looks like 1x2, and then this is a piece of old lath, actually from a home build, probably about 100 years ago, but I had some of that laying around. I'm gonna see if I can find some more of this 1x2, because this stuff works really good on that stair, on the ramp. Looks like I got some 2x4s and some 2x2, and there's another chunk of 2x2 and a 2x6. So I think we're just gonna stick with that chunk of lath and the few pieces of 1x2 that we got here. That should be fine. Let's get some measurements. Actually, after looking at this right here, what I did do before is put a 2x4 underneath here, and that seemed to work out real well. Get a rough idea of what we're gonna need here. And that's about 45 inches right there. And that was about 11. So we got our meat birds over here, and they are getting real close. I think we're going to be harvesting these guys next weekend. One of the main reasons also that we're going to be putting these teenagers in the other coop, we are trying to get our chicken chore level down a notch. Right now we've got our meat birds over here. We have to feed and water them twice a day. Our teenagers over here, and our OG coop, and they all have separate feed and water. So everybody's getting ready to go back to school and to work, and our fall is kind of coming into play here real quick. We want to limit our chores, so we're not out here for an extra amount of time. We're going to try to get these things all in one group, so that's one set of chicken chores after we harvest our meat birds. Let's see. I think I got a jigsaw right here that'll work just fine. So we can use these 3 right here, no problem. And then I think we can just make a few cuts here. It looks like I used this as a paint stirrer at some point. There we are. All right, now we got all our slats we're going to use, and we're going to want to pre-drill these holes here to screw them down. right, first off, we're gonna go and dismantle what is left out there of the old ramp, and then we're gonna start screwing the new one back together. I opted not to cut the OSB down. I think a 48-inch piece here will fit just fine, so shouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, it's just a chicken ramp, right? And chickens like to come out and see what is going on when I'm out here, and it sounds like a couple girls are trying to lay an egg. Oh, and they left me a fresh present right where I gotta work. Forgot exactly how I constructed this thing. This board, this 2x here, is not connected up to the coop. I just ran a couple screws in right here into this board, but I'm having a problem getting to them because they're full of schmutz. There, we got it. This guy, I want to reuse this 2x I got here. I got the board unscrewed here. I'm going to take this 2x. We're going to go up to the barn real quick. All right, we're going to grab our screws and our slats. Now, time for the tricky part. Attaching this guy in the center. This last one off until we get it connected up to the coop. Let's go connect this. All right, don't ask me why, but I have to do this. There she is. Brand new chicken ramp for all the girls and a couple guys. I'm sure they're gonna like that. For this entrance step here, what I used before was just a piece of, it's an old attic door. I did that just because it was already stairs and I had it, and I just lopped a chunk off and put it up here. So I think there's just a couple screws here, and that's all it really holds this on. I might even have another chunk of this in the barn somewhere. where I can basically do the same thing, just lop off a chunk this same size and put it back up here with a couple screws. So hopefully I have it. We're gonna have to go find out. First, let's take this this broken one off. That was pretty easy. This is the step that broke off. I'm gonna leave that there for a little extra support. All right, let's go see if we got another chunk of this. Now we're going into the depths of the barn here, back by all of our maple syrup stuff. And I think I see part of that ladder right there. I just gotta weasel back in there and grab it quick. So much stuff in this barn, guys. Oh, there's actually 2 sections here. Right. Glad I saved that. And everybody always wonders why my barn's packed full of stuff, but it's times like these right here when I can go back there and get the part I need and I get to use it on the farm. It might be 5 years later, but I'm still using it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know you do. So my idea here is to use our old piece basically as a template. Just like that. And I'm just going to follow this with our jigsaw so I don't have to get out another saw. This one's already out. Let's follow our lines here. I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to flip this over and do this other side right here before I go to chop it in half. That, I'm gonna go something like that on the chicken coop. If you look at this, I got at least another stairs worth left in here. I think those stairs right there lasted about 5 years. All right, time for the test. Well, I think that'll work for about another 5 years probably. I like it. Didn't take too much. The chickies like their ramp. And now we need to do some integration. So my idea is I'm gonna clean this coop out and we're gonna shut it up. I'm gonna shut the hole in the little run over here. We're gonna have all this closed off. See, they're back here in the shade right now. That's why I kind of leave like that vine and stuff up around there. Really gives them a little bit of shade. And that big oak tree helps too. So I think the idea, like he says, close that up. And we were thinking Candace and I were thinking about opening up this section of fence right here. From here over, I just got a few clips around here. It won't take much. I could take this clip off and then roll this fence back, roll it back to here, and then they could use both runs. I haven't had a count in quite a while. I think in the spring is the last time we counted, but we had 30 OG chickens. It was 28 hens and 2 roosters, and I don't believe we've lost any since the winter. I think we lost 1 or 2 in the winter. And then we had 25 new teenage chickens here that we bought some from TSC, and Candace brooded some. But I think about 5 of those guys are roosters, and I'm not keeping all of them. We'll probably call a few of those roosters when we do meat chickens in a week. But we're gonna have upwards of 50 chickens in this run. So we've never had that many before. I think the most we've ever had was about 40 to 42 in this run. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room in that coop, I know that. That's not a problem. The problem is getting them to come in here and stay in here after dark. I don't know if you heard that, but that was chicken poop. So my other idea was hang a shop light in the coop tonight. Run an extension cord in here. Get them to all come into this coop before the door shuts for the night. And then I can unplug the light from the pole barn with an extension cord, and we can shut the light off. And they can all be in there and with the door shut. I don't know how that's gonna go because they've been getting used to getting up on this gate right here and trying to perch on this for the night. I'm sure there's been a time or two where they've been perching on this fence too, and I really don't want to have any aerial predators come in, like an owl at night or a hawk coming in early in the morning, or even coyotes and stuff come back here. We've had fox back here. I've seen in the middle of the day, I've seen fox run right here, right between my garden gate and the chicken run. So I think the next step is we get this coop cleaned out and we get it shut up with the chickens outside of it, and then we can move on from there. What's that? I think there's a predator up here. The chickens all went nutso for a second. The predator probably didn't think that I was hanging out here in the coop. I don't see none. Oh well, I'm out here. Kind of nice, the compost piles right here. Look right there on top of the barn. The hawk just come right down. Well, that was interesting. I just set the camera back down and I looked up and that hawk was flying right here over by the barn. It was coming right over to this area, and I yelled at it and it landed right up on top of the barn roof there. But it's over in the front yard somewhere. I just got this door on a little string. It slides up and down. This stuff's shut up. The chickens are a little freaked out from that hawk yet, so I'm gonna leave this open for a little bit. They'll come back out of here. I got their food out. I'm gonna go put it down here, and I'm gonna take another look at that fence. Got my extension cord and my little shop light here, and we're gonna rig this up in the coop and hopefully trick these chickens in tonight and get these guys integrated. Ooh, we got some eggs. Look at that. My idea was to hook this up here somewhere. We'll have a real good spot, I think. Maybe tie it up right here. Yeah, that'll work. We shouldn't have to have this on very long. So, like I said, the idea is we just turn it on for a few minutes, get them in here, and then they come in and we shut the light off. Hopefully. Alright. Candace just plugged it in from the barn and it comes on. So that's the idea. And these guys will have plenty of room up on these roosts. These are 8-foot long roosts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Half the time they like to sit in the nesting boxes, which I don't really like, but I don't have a good fix for that yet. That's okay. We'll work on that next time. So now we just have to figure out if we're going to do the fence or not. I have not decided if I'm doing that yet. Or if I'm just going to open the door and try to get them to come in. Alright, Candace said to pull the fence back, so that's what we're doing. But I didn't know that I had a little piece of fence right here that was connected to this fence, and then this fence is our door. It's kind of all messed up. It's the first time we opened up both chicken runs here at the same time, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm just going to temporarily lock this in a couple spots. So I'll probably, if this works, I'll probably do more of a permanent fix a little later. But the ultimate goal right now is just to get these chickens into the other coop. I'm not going to go mess with them and try to, hurt them in there right now. I think we'll just leave them, let them try to integrate. We're going to feed here, and probably the next half hour we'll feed them up in here and get them to go into the coop. We are establishing a pecking order. All right, they're out of the run. We're gonna shut this up. We're gonna try to gently herd these last couple chickies to the end of the fence. Come on, guys. You gotta go the other way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. There you got it. Good job. Alright. They're actually all out of this pen. We're just gonna let them mingle. We gotta water them, but we're gonna let them mingle with feed. Oh, Candace has got more layer feed there. We feed them inside the pen. Just gonna use the new steps for the first time.
The maiden voyage. Look at that.
It's been 2 nights now that these guys have all been integrated into the same coop. First night, they didn't want to go in even with the light. We had to come into the coop and open up the automatic door again and then kind of push them into the door and at least get them to know where they needed to go for the night. Last night, which was night 2, they did a lot better. I think there was maybe 6 of them that stayed out. we came in the coop after dark and got them to go in. So I'm hoping tonight they all go in. If not, I'm hoping it's just maybe 1 or 2 chickens that still hasn't figured it out yet, but they're actually doing really good. This is all working out well. The light does seem to help, so I would suggest doing that if you guys are trying to integrate your chickens too. We are finally getting all of our chickens in one coop now. We just got our meat birds left. We have about a week until we're going to butcher those, and then we'll just be down to the one set of chicken chores, which is the whole point of integrating all these chickens and getting them into the same coop. So as you can see, they're loving it. If you guys like this kind of video, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out here at Gagne Farms. We got lots more coming up. We got lots of stuff in the garden. We got more chicken stuff. So stay tuned. We'll catch you on the next one.